Hey guys, John here, Mr. Forex Fire. And today, the video for today, we're going to change things up a bit. So as we're not going to be doing a session as such, we're going to be looking into something that everybody sort of normally classes as a bit of a taboo area on trading, and that is using EEs. Now, an EE is an expert advisor, something that I don't condone or sort of use, but we're going to try and use something today and see if it will actually work. There's two sort of EEs that I've looked at, one which was kindly sort of pointed towards my way a while ago, and another one which is used primarily with gold. I've tested and tried the one with gold. It works very well, but with, like most expert advisors, they are mainly only what's the best word to use? They're mainly only best used when there is a ranging market. Now, that is when the market's indecisive and it's in consolidation. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over and I'm going to show you what I've put together, what I'm going to try and aim to do. And yeah, we'll try and experiment, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to share the screen and then we'll go into the nuts and bolts of it all. So I set up an FTMO challenge. I do this all the time. I do have a couple of live accounts with prop firms, and I'm constantly always doing trial runs to see if there is ways and means of sort of not so much speeding up the process, but sort of giving you a little bit more level of consistency and trying different strategies and so on and things like that. So again, you see this is just something I was messing about with. It was based upon a 100k account, and each 5k profit. It's got 2 and a bit. And I use this with a mixture of different sort of these EEs just the other week over them 4 days, and it's returned quite a bit. So I thought today I'm going to put a video and start documenting and put a video together on these EEs, if that makes sense. Again, I don't sort of promote these things. I would never sort of promote these sort of things, but it's something I thought I'll have a little go at because of my 4 and 5 years of trading. I've always stayed away from it. So with what I've done over the last few years, of last week, I put a little something together, which was this here. Okay, now this is the rules, because as in trading with everything, you need to set rules on everything. The first EE I'm going to be using is something called a grid expert advisor. So it's just called the grid. Basically, the EE is expert advisor. And I'm going to be looking at something as daft as around about £100 a day on a target. Okay. Generally, when you use something on my Forex funds, the rules on there is you only allowed a 5% daily drawdown. A 5% daily drawdown, a total drawdown you can have up to 12%. Now, you can use these on sort of Forex pairs, and the Forex pairs of choice are as follows. You can see on there is GBP USD, AUD USD, USD GPY, Euro USD, GBP GPY. And to the left of that, we've got settings, and we'll go into the settings and what the settings are in a little bit. Again, there's nothing too much to worry about that. It's just what the trade will start off at. And if it goes to a set parameter within that EE, it will double itself to the next step. Okay. From there, the target is for around about 1% a day. Now, if you went with a simple basic 10k challenge, you would want £100 a day, hence the 1%. Okay. Now, normally phase one is the £800 on that 10K challenge. Phase two is 400, I do believe. But, excuse me, excuse me. But what we're going to do, we're going to sort of try and change it up. At the minute, if we have a look, I've got this running on an FTMO challenge, as you can see. Okay, so I'm not too fussed what's going on this. However, these are the sort of stipulations and rules I want to try and stick by, because we don't want to be using something that is in sort of a session open. So obviously the London Open's at 9. We're going to give it time to sort of settle and play out the price that wants to for any spikes between like the 8:30 and 9:30. And then we're going to try and trade these between 9:30 and 11:30 before the New York session. And then we're going to come off it all together, have a break. And then later on in the night, as the New York session sort of settles itself down, we'll try and trade what we can from 6 till 9. So we're going to be getting what the best part of maybe 2 hours on a morning, 3 hours on a night. So it's about 5 hours of trading a day. We want to try and get everything closed down before the swaps on a night. Again, this is a test, as I always say. It's either going to fall flat in its face or it's going to do well. And I'm always here to sort of go what the myths are and debunk things, or maybe just show that things don't work with these. And again, I don't see that there's many YouTube videos out there that are doing this sort of thing, where they'll show you using an EA, but giving it a structured approach. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to talk you through a few things, okay? So that's the grid it's called, and it's an expert advisor. So the grid expert advisor settings is of 0.01 and then doubles up to 0.2. The pairs GBP USD, AUD USD, USD GPY, Euro USD, GBP GPY. Target of around about £100 a day if we can attain that. We've got a daily of 1%, which equates to what this is. This is the 10K challenge. This is what the parameters and the rules that we're going to set, because like I say, as in trading, that's what we are going to abide by. You always have to have a strategy, and you've always got to have a plan. Okay. From there, guys, we will be sort of setting up on this sort of stuff here. I'm doing a little bit of a trial run at the moment. Yes, it's currently around about 8:30 in the morning. I'm trial running the settings on this between 8:30 and just before 9:30, so I can get a baseline of what it's like when there's a session open, if that makes sense. And then I can see whereabouts I'm at. At the moment, even though this is in minus, I am in profit from where it started this morning. So even though that's here as a minus, I am in a profit from when I first started this morning. Top left-hand side on here, there's another window open. It's called Argo Guardian. Okay. Now this is it's another expert advisor. And if I drag and drop this onto here, okay, I click yes, you'll see on here, and if I click on inputs, you'll see there's an array of different sort of parameters. Okay. So on here, you've got, if I'll just load up the settings I've got on the other one, which is the Argo Guardian. On here, you'll see close charts, true, auto trade, off, true, close terminal, set to true. So what that means is if I hit a target, I've got it at 1.5 at the moment. If I had a total TP percentage profit for the day of 1.5, this kicks this in and just closes everything out. And again, with a stop loss, a 1.5 stop loss for the day, this means a drawdown will go to that. If it hits the drawdown before the TP, it does the same. It just locks everything off. So again, everything's fully automated, something I've never tried before, and we can give it a try and see how it goes today. Okay, so what we do is we go on to the common, click on this, click on allow live trade, and we'll click on that, and it gives you a live up-to-date thing on here, what it's expecting. Okay, now if I was to, let's see, see if I can bring this across here. You can see I've got it currently running on here. It's giving you on this here on the trial run. I've got the TP percent set as 1.5 profit for the day. I've got the maximum drawdown as 2%, and you can see here the current open play profit and loss. This is the profit and loss at the moment. That there is the price that it's running at, and this is the percentage that it's losing or what it's winning. So it's in a minus, obviously, so it's not quite on it's on a minus 0.001 just about, okay? And this will fluctuate depending on this as well. So that's where I'm at. This is, like I say, this is a test. This is a test run just before the actual start of play, as they would call it. I'm going to pause the video, and what we'll do, we'll be back in a short while once I start to get things set up. So that's where I'm at, and this is going to be documented over the next few days. Again, we'll see where we are. This on the left-hand side, this is a live 2K account. So if I was to use it on this, I might have to swap the parameters up with regards to these limits of 0.10. I might have to sort of drop these down to something like 0.5 with a double up to a 0.10, to be fair. But we'll see how things go. So we'll get this across here. So you can see at the moment, this is just on the -2. And again, you can use this on any pair apparently, but I've picked 4 different pairs. I don't want to have too many running on there. And again, the lot sizes, I need to keep it to a risk parameter as well. Okay, so I hope you're going to enjoy the video. Let's see what we get out of this today. If we go back onto the main thing, we're going to be looking at obviously the grid expert advisor based upon the 10K ruling, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Just pause the video and we'll be back at around about 9:30. I'm just, like I say, I'm getting a baseline and I'm seeing where I'm at to see whether to go ahead with this. So I'll be back in a short while. Hi guys, so far what we've been finding, let's just take a look. Work on this. And work on that. Right, so I've got a few things set up. It's currently 10 to 9. This here was just under 2K this morning. This was a live 2K account. It was in a little bit of drawdown this morning, not with the 8 obviously, but it was from a live trade that I selected last week. So this is a live account, okay? From there, I have set up the parameters, which again, we have got set on here. Yes, it's a 10K challenge, but I put the same sort of risks on this 2K live account. And I didn't want to leave this on until like the 9 o'clock open. I've run this for about 15, 20 minutes. And it's brought this back from being a few quid under the 2K starting point up to around about £10 of profit. So I've stopped the trading on this simply because, as you can see on here, we're on 10 to 9. I don't want to sort of have this where we're going to get the spikes from the London session open and things like that. I want the London session to sort of the best word to use to sort of settle itself. So we're looking around about 9:30, just after 9:30, and we may set this away on the parameters of using this, to be fair. Okay, from there I will be swapping this area up. This is my baseline test. This is the FTMO demo account. Excuse me. What I might do is I might put another live account on this, okay, a 10K one. And again, this is for educational purposes. We're going to see what happens, how things run with these, and where we end up based upon the parameters of this, not so much a strategy, but the parameters of this being set. 9:30 to 11:30, come away. gives me time to go and have a bit of dinner, sort some other things out. And then later on tonight, I'm going to set this away from the 6 till 9. I don't think I'm going to do a video as such going from the 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock. But what I'll certainly do is we'll document where we are, and I'll put this on the spreadsheet on here of where we are from the 9:30 to 11:30. Okay, I'll do that on the video as we're recording what the starting points and the starting blocks, and then obviously from 6 till 9 I'll do another segment here. We'll see where we are, and then we'll have a running total. From there, I'll do another video going through this week, and we'll see how this fares going through the week. Again, from that standpoint, I'm just going to stop the share. From that standpoint, it's going to be one of a couple of things, okay? We're going to see just how bad or how good these years are. Now, again, expert advisors, they are not a true thing. Robot trading is not sort of condoned or advised by myself, certainly. For me, there is an element of manual side of it. If you're able to be at a computer screen and you can see things are in profit, by all means, close that out. I've just done that in the last, 15, 20 minutes and taken a tenner and took that account for 2K and £10 just about. So again, I wouldn't just, for me, I wouldn't be comfortable or confident enough to set and forget. You can never set and forget in trading, to be fair. It's just, especially on these 8 years and things like that. So I'm just going to share the screen one more time and we'll run through the parameters before I have a quick half-hour break. The idea and the concept of doing this is, because I've never seen anyone else doing it on YouTube, and what I like to do as a trader, now I'm full-time and things like this, I like to try and dabble my toe in the water on anything and everything, okay? Because again, I've always used myself as a guinea pig, okay? And being a guinea pig, it's let me be the brunt, okay, the brunt and the force of something going wrong. So if it goes wrong, you can certainly see that, and you understand that it's not a path to go down. If it's sort of all right, then yeah, with a set parameter and set rules and sort of plan going into these things, maybe we can be profitable. And that's what this test is all about, okay? So again, just to talk you over this on the Excel sheet to my left-hand side there, we've got a title of the Grid Expert Advisor. It's just an 8 year. It's called the Grid. I've got another one, which is for gold, which I can do further down the line. And our settings and starting off point, as you've seen today, okay, we are going to be doing a 0.10, a 0.10, okay? And then what happens is, if we go further and it goes on to a limit, it will double up to a 0.2, okay? Now, the pairs of choice, again, I've got 5 pairs on there, but I only want to trade 3 or 4 at any given time, okay? Don't want to overdo this. So we've got GBP USD, AUD USD, USD GPY, Euro USD, GBP GPY, okay? Good movements on those pairs when it's needed. This is a 10K, what I'm calling a 10K challenge, whether it's Forex funds or FTMO, and trying to get 1% a day or 1.5% a day. So I want around about 100 to 200 pound a day on a target wise, okay? The general rules on the Forex funds is around about 5% daily drawdown, a 12% total drawdown. Again, our drawdown, if we get 100 or so in drawdown, I'll cancel it off for that day. Target fees is either 800 or 1,000 for phase 1, and then it's 400 or 500 for phase 2, depending on what firm you're going with. And that's the general parameters we're going with at the moment. What I can tell you at this stage, again, I've been running this one since since around about 8:30 this morning, I think it is. And it is in profit. This was just below 1,198. Now I'm going to quickly show you something. I'll do this over here. Where are we at? So you'll see this here, 102,221, right? Let's get the figures right, John. Screenshot. Not that. Where are we at? Is it that one? That's a one. So this is where we were, 102,194. Yeah, so we're in profit. We're in profit by about 20 odd pound on this. So that's not too bad. And again, clicking on this TP, it's going to be looking to take a tenner at a time from the markets. Okay. We'll see how it goes, and that's the parameters of what we're doing. I'm just going to pause the screen. Next time I come on, it'll be setting this up. Okay, it'll be setting this up with a 10K challenge, and we'll see where we are from there, and we'll document everything as promised. Here we go. We'll just pause the screen for now. Hi guys, we're back. So we're going to get this all set up. To the left, we've got a new account. It's live. And it's on a 10K, and to the right I've got the FTMO is a demo account, and I've closed that out. That was going to be my baseline test. It has been in profit today, so we're going to give this a bit of a try, and then we're going to walk you through what I'm going to be doing, the parameters are set and everything. Okay, so I'm going to go through the setup procedure. First of all, though, the economic calendar. I do have parameters set here 9:30 till 11:30, close it off, then go back on to 6 till 9. However, 6 till 9, there's no red folder news as such coming in up on the first part. The 6 till 9, however, we've got USD news, so I might not trade this afternoon, as this is going to be the first time it's been set live. I'll just do this from the 9:30 till 11:30, and then we'll just take it from there. So I'm just going to close that down, and we'll go back over. So first of all, we're going to drag and drop these over. So GBP USD. We've got the Euro USD. We've got the AUD JPY. And then can't see for looking AUD USD. Let's have a look where we are. AUD USD. Right, so that's them all set up there. From there, these are all each on an hour. Okay, we do this on an hour. Now, bear in mind, this is a new account. It's a 10K account. We're going to see where we are from 9:30 till 11:30, just to see how it plays out. From there, I'm going to drag and drop the EA onto here. Click yes. Put this to, I've got a set file saved, to be fair. Load Forex Fire grid. This is going to give us a start lot size of 0.10. If it goes down to a limit order, it's going to then give us another trade, but it's going to double up on it. The grid step points I'm going to set as 400. Normally we do this at 5, but I'm going to set it at 400. Just make sure allow live trading and allow DLL ports. Click this on here. You'll see on here, unhappy face because I haven't hit the auto trading. So we're just going to continue and do this as is. Euro USD. Click yes. Inputs, load, fire grid. What 0.01, 2 multiplier, 400, yes. Make sure we've got allow DLL and allow trading. Click OK. That's this one. AUD USD. Now go to that. and we're just following suit throughout. The Forex fire grid, 402, just make sure all the parameters are the same. And again, guys, I'm doing this so you don't have to. Yous are just seeing how this works for me. I'm just gonna, it's a test run. It's what's the best word to use? It's going to be a structured approach, because EAs, you certainly don't just leave, set and forget, and then just rely on that to do what you need it to do. There is an element of manual side of it, and I'm going to see if we can actually put that into play with the EA and put the manual side where you are watching things. Okay, so again, just do that and do that, click OK. From there, I need to open up this one, and we'll go with the Argo Guardian. Now, the reason I put this on a separate chart, okay, we have on this, we have a GBP USD. You open up another one with the same, okay. Now, as you do that, it just allows you to put a separate EA on, so it doesn't conflict and it doesn't sort of cancel the other one off. So we load that up. And that's the Argo Guardian set. This is looking for profits. I'm going to do the profits of 1.5, stop of 2.0. So that's a maximum drawdown. So if it goes into drawdown of 2%, it will close everything. I'll close the charge, close the auto trade, close the terminal. Okay, so I'll set that. In fact, I'll do that again. Need the GBP USD on there for this to work. 2%, that's on there. Click on the 8 year. Common, allow. Inputs 1.5% to drawdown. Click OK. Now this will run on here, and you'll see when we set this away that this will start playing out. Okay, so if I go back onto the grids, that's all this. We are waiting for 9:30 to come around, and then all I need to do then is just click the auto trade and it'll set it away. If you give me another 5 minutes, I'm going to just go and make a cup of tea, and then we'll be back and we'll talk through the first stage of the kickoff on this. Okay, so I'll be back in a second, guys. We've got all the parameters set and we'll take it from there. All right, so here we go, guys. We're just about getting onto the last time. We're going to set this away in a second. Again, got my trusty cup of tea. Biscuit of choice today. A nice cabbage twirl. So let's run through where we are, what this baseline is about, what I'm aiming to do. Is it going to be helpful? We don't know. We're just going to, it's something that I don't say anybody's tried, to be fair. But let's have a look. So run through the stuff again. We're looking at a 10K account, a challenge. Not so much a challenge, but obviously trading on a 10K account. Using a structured approach. Now, I've got to get that across to you, okay? This is not a sort of set and forget feature. A lot of people think when they get these robot advisors and expert advisors, that it's going to make them profitable. It won't in the long term. It certainly won't, okay? What I want to try and do is, can you utilize your expert advisor to make it work for you, i.e. have a trade, but at the same time, you be able to be there, watch the trades and manually close these as and when you see whether it's in its profit or whether you can see it's drastically going against you, because a lot of these 8 years will only work in a range of market, in all fairness, okay? And to go again on the settings, we've got a 0.1. If that was to lose out and it goes the other way, we get another trade that comes in at a 0.2, doubles up on itself. Again, if I see personally something is going the wrong way, again to the trend eye out of the range, we would just close out and sort of close the trades. It's only over a 2-hour session. We've got the pairs, not going to run through the pairs, but that's the pairs that I'm primarily going to use. I only want to trade 3 or 4 of those at a time, not trading the whole lot. And the targets are at least what we'll want to try and aim for is £100 a day. It's around about 1% or just over, or we can go for just over the 1%. We schedule is what we have here. We only want to trade it 3 days a week. Okay. And it's going to be a morning and then an evening session. Okay. So we're away from the proper open of the sessions. Now, today is going to be a little bit different because there is red for the news. Yes, I am going to try and factor in the news with this because that's what makes these prices spike. Okay. And the EEs is they don't factor in these spikes and things like that. They will just keep going and going and going until it blows your account. But this is a rundown. It's a structured approach to use the EEs, and we're going to see how we fare with this today. Okay. And can you actually be profitable with these things? So again, let's just click on the auto trade and let it start it off. We've got all the parameters set. And I must stress this is a test, and then we'll see where we are. Okay. And again, I'm going to set my baseline one off, which has always been the FTMO one. So we're going to let these run. Now, if we take a look on this, as I say, this is the Argo Guardian. It's a separate E here. Now, this is going to tell us what the open profit and losses at the moment, and it runs in conjunction with this on the bottom. As you can see, this here is an overall running total. Now, if this was to hit 2% within the working time frame, we would see it just closes everything out. Okay, it'll just close everything out. From there, again, you'll see on here, this is where we are on the profits. If these were to supersede the area where they shouldn't go to, we then get a double up on the limit orders. Okay, again, starting off at 10k, see where we are at 11:30. Doesn't matter where we are at 11:30, I'm going to close everything out regardless, because that is the structured approach. It's the plan and the procedure. Again, we're keeping everything condensed down. We'll see where we are. Hopefully we can try and see if we can get an E here to work for us. Again, this is something I've never seen being done, tried or tested. You get a lot of these marketing things where they try and push an E to you. It's the next best thing. I've never used these, never tried to use them. So I'm going to try and use a structured approach to see if I can take a little bit out of the market at a time. Okay, we'll see where we are. Let's say in the next hour. It's now just after half 9. We'll come back on the video at 10:30. See where we are on the run of play. Again, we're starting with a 10k account. We'll ignore this one on the right. This one is playing away for baseline purposes. This is the one we're concentrating on. 10k is the starting block. We'll see where we are in the next hour. Okay, guys. If it feels, it feels. It just, I've proved to people that are trying to use these EEs that they simply just don't work. If we can take that little bit of profit out of the market with that structured approach, then maybe there's something in it where you can actually take some form of trading style with these to help you. Okay, so we'll see where we are at 10:30, and then we'll take it from there, guys. Okay, see you in a bit. Hi guys, so the update so far, we're only half an hour in, or just 20 odd minutes in. At the minute, we're floating around a negativity of just under £3. It seems, for me personally, my outtake on this at the moment, we're not rushing into things. We have a set structure, set parameters, and again, you're going to see on here we've got a Guardian on here. So the Guardian is a 1.5% total profit taken. A drawdown on the 10k is going to be a 1.5% as well. This just closes everything out if it goes against us. We're going to let this play out. Again, I want to close this out before the New York session opens. On the right-hand side, I've taken away the baseline test, which was the FTMO demo, again, demo challenge. And I've set up the same sort of stuff. And I've put this on my 2K live account, and I'm going to hit the auto trade now. We're going to let this kick off. Again, I've lowered the lot size to 0.05 and so on. So we're going to let this run out, see what happens, see if it plays out. Again, this has just opened up the one trade at the moment on the audit JPY, which is this here. I don't know why that is. Again, if it goes too far, it'll double up to from a 0.05 to a 0.10. We'll see what happens. We'll let it run, and we'll be back at around about 10:30, see where we are at the moment, see if we've sort of banked any profits. Okay, so I'll see you in a bit. Hi guys, now 10:10. So mixing it up a little bit. Okay, so I feel happy with the parameters I've got set at the moment. Okay, I am sitting in front of the computer screen so I can continuously watch this move up and down. Okay, I haven't over leveraged on these trades. So again, just to go on to what I'm doing, the left hand side is a 10K account, fresh, started this morning, and yes, it's not hit any profits as of yet. But again, structure-wise, we are in around about 40 minutes of play with 5 pairs trading on that. So I've got a nice leverage on risk, what I'm doing at the moment on that. To the right, I've changed it up. On the right, you'll notice I'm trading gold. Okay. Yes, it's in a little bit of a negativity at the moment. However, I've got the right risk on these. And this is what this week's going to be about. It's going to be about testing and things like this. The one on the right starts at 2K. We took a little bit of profit this morning, in all honesty. We took it up to like around about just under a tenner of profit. So we're starting on £2,008, I do believe, or just over that on the gold. And we are starting the left-hand one on a 10K. Okay. So what I'm going to do from there, obviously, I'm just looking at a few things of what I'm doing to make sure I'm in a range and market, first of all. Just get rid of that. And I'm going to sort of add the gold on this as well later on this afternoon. But from there, we just need to, for the next couple of hours, is to watch this, see if we actually hit any more profits. Again, when we get to a certain time of day, I will be closing these out, whether they're profitable or whether they're not, and then we'll start the process again from tomorrow. So I've got a structured approach. I've got my risk parameters in place, and we have got 3 ETAs running at the moment. One is a one for Forex pairs. You can trade as many pairs as you want on this, if I'm honest with you, in any Forex pair. However, being structured and risk management in place, I've only got 5 pairs of choice. I'm only trading 3 to 4 at any given time. And from there, we've got what we call an auto guardian. So I've got my risk parameter in there. So if I go into drawdown of 1.5%, it's going to close the trading MT4 out. And it just means I've lost 1.5% for today. However, on the other side of the fence, if we get a 1.5% gain or a 2% gain, what's going to happen is it's then going to obviously close out the trade again with us in profit for today. So again, this is about me trying to utilize the power of what these ETAs do. A lot of people just buy these ETAs, and what they do is they auto trade, and that's what gives these things a bad name. Now, if you put in that element of structure, that element of manual trading to a certain extent, we are going to see if we can make any of these profitable for us. Okay, so just bear with me. We'll be back again at around about 11:30 to see, or maybe just before then, just to see how we're going within that time frame. Okay, at the moment we are down, but overall this is a test. It is just to see what we can do with this, to see if we can be profitable. Even if you take a little bit of profit out of the markets each day using this approach, then it will be happy days. Because again, trading is a game of patience. Trading is a game of understanding. And you've got to have a strategy, you've got to have a plan. And even though this is a robot expert advisor trading to a certain extent, we are trying to sort of put in elements of structure, plan, a procedure, and stick by those. And if it goes south, it goes against us, we just close it out for the day, or we have that safety net of the Guardian where it'll just close it out for the trade for the day. And then we'll see how these EEs sort of act, okay? So again, great for testing. Never seen this done before on YouTube, so I thought I would document and see what the findings are for it. There's nothing spoiling. Again, we're coming into the Christmas period. Markets are slowing down, so I don't want to risk too much of my own live account stuff, if that makes sense. From here, it's about me sort of documenting different procedures, different styles, and be able to bring this to the forefront. And I do all the hard work, so you don't have to, in all honesty. It just showcases what is available, what you can do, and what can be done, and what shouldn't be done, okay? So again, please, if you're enjoying the video, to get access to what I do with this Discord community, it is a safe haven. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can hit the little join button underneath. Again, support the channel. It just gives me the ability to do more videos like this, okay? And again, this is a new sort of territory for me, so I'm learning as I'm going along. But again, if I can try and make something work to a certain extent, then maybe we can see where we can take this, okay? So I'll see you in a bit, guys. Hi guys, it's now 10:30. Looking to the left, we can see we are in some small bits of profit at the moment. Starting from the 10K. The gold, however, is in around about £13 drawdown on this current stage. So we're just going to let this play out, keep it going. We'll go another hour or so. We can see, looking on the Guardian, we've got a profit of just over 0.05, okay? The PL is what it currently stands at with this. It's in conjunction with that, so that's the profit it's in. If it was a minus, obviously it's in a plus at the moment. If it was a minus, it would see a minus 6 point odd, but it's in positive of 6, and this runs with that. The percentage is running live. Again, the gold, we've got multiple positions open. Again, you can see on the Guardian on the top, we are in drawdown of 0.42%. I've got the maximum drawdown for today on the gold at 2%. The profit target is 1.5% profit target. Out of these 8 years, what I've done is gold can be very volatile. I've found gold can be very, very volatile. I've used this 8 year on a couple of different parameters and different tests, and it has worked well. However, if you catch where you get a big spike, this can be dangerous on this 8 year. This can be dangerous. But with that being said, this is where this comes into play with regards to the Guardian. If you're only risking a certain percent of your account and you don't mind losing that percentage of your account, then this is a safety net. And that's what this video is all about today. So I'm still going to let this play out. If we get a minus 2%, that's what it is. It just closes me out on -2. And again, on this side of it, we're doing a 1.5. Okay, so I'll stop the video from here and we'll be back whenever there's some progress going on to the next stage. At the moment, we're on £4.50 profit there, overall profit. Still in negative on the gold, but we'll see where we are in the next hour or two. Hi guys, quick update. We are 10 minutes from the last update as well, to be fair. We are now in some good profits. We've jumped from $8 of profit up to 15, so we've doubled up in the last 10 minutes or so on the 10K account there. The gold on the scalp on the right hand side, it's starting to come back into play now. We had not a huge bit of drawdown, but we still have the safety net again. Okay, but I've got to stress this: 8 years and these auto trading robots can be dangerous, to be fair, if you don't have these safety nets. Okay, so I've got that safety net of a profit target of 1.5%. The drawdown was 2%. This was as low as or as heavy as 1.5% drawdown. It's now come back into a minus 0.3% of drawdown at the moment. We're starting to get a run of player back in. And again, I'm doing this because I've got not so much a trained eye. I'm not no expert or nothing like that, but I understand sort of structure. And I've got my gold on my trading view, which is what I'm looking at the moment with the EMAs, where we are with the fibs and things like that, and vector candles. So what I'm looking at the moment is obviously if there is what we call a downturn of price, which is what's happening, the vector candle here holds some form of substance. So if there was going to be drawdown, it would be coming down to this sort of area, 50% of the area, and I do believe it's going to bounce back up towards this line here, okay, which is the Tokyo session or the Asian session sort of thing. It's the extended 125% line. So we may still get a push down to here, but again, it's bouncing off the 200 EMA. It's come below the other EMA, so we might get a rejection of that and then a bounce up. But I am getting ready for a predetermined move down to the vector candle here as a rejection before the bounce up. With that in mind, we are now nicely starting to come back towards the profit area. So we might start closing out some of these auto trades. Looks like it's moving back up. We might get a push back up to the top end here. See, these should just close out automatically as and when they hit the TPs. Again, on the other side of the fence, the grid. Okay, the grid is on here. The grid is now in a little bit of what we call drawdown, 0.10. Again, overall, still in profit, so I'm not worrying about that. Well, this is what this test is all about. Again, I've got my structure, got my plan, got the strategy, and we are letting this play out for at least another hour. Well, not even an hour, to be fair, at least another 45 minutes. And wherever it's at, I'm closing it out for today. And then I'll do the same again. We'll run another video tomorrow, see where we are profit-wise. And this isn't about getting in on the trades and making money instantly and bang, 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 loads of money, loads of money, loads of money. This is about trying to utilize the power of an expert advisor and taking those little bits out at a time. And again, I think you'll agree with what I'm going to say with this. We'll have an end of session conclusion, but with so many trades running, especially on the Forex side, I seem to have a happy medium at the moment of what I'm going to be risking to what I expect of that ETA. Again, many ETAs that have been used, they can be, and I'll say this and I'll keep saying it, it can be dangerous to your account if you do not have your safety net underneath you to catch you for when price does spike. Okay, so that's very important and it's imperative, and that's what this is all about here. Okay, and we have it set where if it does hit that percentage of drawdown, we just close out the session for the day. Okay, so far they're both running well, with the golds now going into profit on certain trades. That's coming up. We have around about, we started $2008. This is hovering around about the break-even area, and I do believe that the grade one will start coming back into its own. So we're going to have another update in the next 10 or 15 minutes and see where we are from there, guys. Okay. So the last half hour now, guys, it's just after, or it's just on 11 o'clock, to be fair. My conclusion at the moment is the one on the left for the currency pairs is working pretty well. We've got some, again, we're keeping this at a minimum at the moment, so there's a chance to upscale this to sort of risk a bit more. And at the moment, on the baseline test, we $20 in profit, which is good. Considering what we are aiming for overall is around about £100 a day. Will I risk a bit more? I don't know, because obviously I'm aiming to sort of trade this to 11:30, but also trade at least a few hours on a night time. At this stage, there is red folder news later on, so I don't want to sort of trade later. I might keep this as a baseline test at the moment and stick with these risks at the moment. The gold on the other side, however, is very much more volatile, in fairness. Again, I had this account starting at 2K. It was just over 2010. It did grab a little bit of profit, as you can see on the bottom of here. It was 2010. It's now starting to move in and out. If I go onto my main chart, I am anticipating a move down to this area here, in fairness, before a move back up with the EMAs and the vector candles, to be honest. So I'm anticipating that at the moment. Will I close this out in negative balance? I don't know. I think if I end up towards 2K, I know I'll lose a $10 of profit, but again, this is about finding a happy medium and a baseline at the moment. So if I get this back towards 2K at the moment, I'm happy to lose 2% of the balance, to be fair. If I get this towards back to break even on the 2K, I might close this out, in fairness. We'll see how it goes till 11:30. Again, I don't tend to like to have trades open too much when I'm at a dinner time area, when we're starting to get towards a dead gap in a New York session, because price can start acting a bit funny then. I'm all about trying to sort of trade just after a session open, and then we take it from there. But I'm pretty happy overall with the way things are going. Gold could be behaving a little bit more, to be fair. It's if I'm honest, I don't think I should have set that up. I should have waited or anticipated this certainly to come down to this vector candle before setting that up ready for the price to move up to this higher side here. Again, all's not lost. This is about testing. I do this sort of stuff so you guys don't have to. And if I find something that works in a structured way, hey ho, then we can start doing this all together. Okay, so I'm going to sign off at the moment. We'll be back on at around about 11:30 where I'm going to close everything down. I'm going to have a talk through, a conclusion, and what we're going to be doing moving forward. Okay, thanks very much. Hi guys, so we're coming to just up to 1/4 past. So I'm going to start to close out. And this is what I do. I click on the auto trade and take it off. And when it's in profit, I'm sort of closing out the trades. Okay, and that's what I've been doing throughout this, to be fair. We started at 10K. Okay, and from there, we are starting at a baseline. This isn't about going straight in at big lot sizes. It's about seeing if we can be profitable with this. And we have been. Now, this is a challenge on this particular one. So we're going to see if we can get through that. It's a 10K challenge. I am aiming for around £100 a day. However, we are coming up to some red folder news later on. I'm going to have a bite to eat. I don't like to have trades open during dinner time, if I'm honest with you. So what I'll possibly do is set this up a little bit later on tonight, in all honesty, and I'll see what happens from there. The one on the right, you'll notice it stopped trading simply because the safety net has stopped. Okay, so it stopped us out the safety net. Moving forwards, I'll possibly use this account to do the grid sort of thing. I'll do some more videos going through the week, and yeah, that's it, to be fair, guys. Again, I'm just going to share the screen just for a moment. I was anticipating a move, okay, like I say, a move down to this vector candle halfway and then a retracement back up to here. That will possibly play out. However, I had a very fine line on my sort of plan and my risk percentage. It has come down to test that area. Again, I mean, this is the sort of stuff I've learned over the years and what I've sort of trained my eye to. I've got every confidence that this is going to push back up to the high side. Not worried because that account that I was using was only a 2K at the moment. I've got every confidence I can pull that back going into tomorrow. And yeah, that's it for this session today with regards to the ETAs. And again, ETAs can be harmful to your account. But if you set yourself your rules, your regulations, and what you want to play by, okay, with the settings, the pairs you're going to use, your target that you want to go for. You have your rules set, which is whatever broker or prop firm you're using. Have your times you're going to trade, have a daily target, and then have your phases wrote out, and let the ETA do what it wants or do what it needs to do, but you still have to have an element of manual trading in this. You let this sort out the trades for you, but again, you can close out when you're happy with the bits of profit that this is currently seeing. And so far, on the first stage, it's worked on the grid ETA. Again, will I up the lot sizes? I may do, but I might start doing that from next week. As for now, we'll keep the lot sizes what they are, see what we can get out the markets in the coming days or the coming weeks. Again, when I do these sessions, I might do another one tomorrow morning. I'll possibly set up the ETA and let it run for an hour or two later on tonight. I won't video that, but as of this stage, you can clearly see, or you do know that I'm at, let's take a look. We'll add this on, to be fair. $26 of profit. So if I just do this, merge that. Let's make that bigger just so you can see what's going on. Okay. Oh. Because in fact I'll do 22, $26.76, $26.76. That's where we are at the moment. In fact, let's get rid of that. Morning. Afternoon. So what we'll do is we'll have, that's the morning. That's the afternoon. $26.76. Tier 1. No, the daily total. We'll do that orange. So we're going to have a on the morning session and the afternoon session, and then have a daily total. And we'll just document this each day and see how we go, and see if we can get towards this area. So just stop the share. So I hope you've enjoyed this session this morning. Again, something different, something to look over, and then something to obviously stay tuned and watch on how this goes. Again, it's not for me to sort of promote or push or tell you that this year is fantastic. I'm trying something different going into the month of December, because trading is a little bit slower in the month of December. So I'll put my hand to something else and trying something that is totally against what I'm normally doing, because I would never sort of trade in a year, but I just thought I would give it a try for these next few weeks and see how we go on. Nothing spoiling, and again, nothing harmed. It's just about me documenting the journey on what I do on a day-to-day basis. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Please comment, like, and share. If you want to come in and see what we're doing inside the Discord for the price of a cup of coffee, just hit the join, select the membership you want to go with, either a Spark or a Fire member, and I'll give you access to this stuff right away. And again, keep tuned on the wall on my YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe notification bell and you'll see when I do my next session for this 8-year training. Okay, thank you very much, guys.